Yes, you're watching the South Australian Sports Show. Time to turn our attention to the Southern Footy League. The Prez, as always. Craig Warman joins us. Craig, how are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, boys. How are we?
Very good, mate. Now, it was a big week. The MAC Game Changer last week. Can you tell us a little bit about the MAC Game Changer?
As people may well know that Motor Accident Commission send the message about road safety. They are the major sponsors of the Country Championships, which was held the week before. So when the boys go back to play at their local club level, across the whole state, there was the MAC Game Changer round for
good idea
across the whole state.
Good initiative. MAC actually have been a good supporter of football, you know, all down the eastern seaboard, really, and to be supporting footy here is great.
And they've been doing it for quite a few years at the Country Championships,
well done.
Which was held this year in Murray Bridge a couple of weeks ago.
Let's talk about the Country Championships, mate.
Do we have
Murray
to?
South
Do we have
East.
to?
Well, the second time, if you don't mind. Murray South East have defeated Southern Districts in the grand final. What happened?
We can get to the grand final.
Yep.
No problems there. We had really good wins on the Saturday over Northern Zone and Easterns. Interesting that Matty Inch was playing for Easterns.
Wow, okay.
Make them a bit more respectable.
And of course, on the Sunday, played in the grand final, and Murray South East a little bit too strong for us in the end, but they had the likes of Brian Fenton, ex-North Adelaide.
Yeah, okay.
Really good football.
Some good ones. How much you go down by?
About 30 points in the end.
Okay, that's respectable though.
But
That's
also interesting to note that Brodie Martin played for Murray South East as well, because he's currently playing out at Meningie.
All right, so there's some talent around.
So
mate.
there's
some good news though. A couple of boys from the Southern Footy League, Mick Galley and Michael Shearer,
terrific.
Into the state team.
Yeah, terrific.
And Sam from the Great Southern League. Now you can say his last name.
Sam Alexopoulos.
Alexopoulos got in. Yep.
Greek name, I think that is.
Yep. So
imagine if he married my daughter, and my daughter wanted to keep her name as well, Popplestone.
Popplestone Akalopoulos.
Anyway, well done to Sam, Michael and Mick. Now, they're heading to Perth.
In 2 weeks' time.
To play against the WA country.
And congratulations to both of those boys, and of course Sam. But it's a really good thing for them. It's again, shows that pathway that we're able to create at our level, to association footy, to the country championships, then on to what will probably be for some of these lads the highest pinnacle they reach, unless they go to an SFL club or an AFL club and are lucky enough to play in finals there.
You know what? Those trips are fantastic, and Phil would have played on them plenty of times.
Right.
Where you've got an opinion of an opposition player, when you get together and play as a team and go away, you've got a different respect for them, and it carries on all the way through your career and post that. I think they're great initiatives, and
they are.
good that these lads
become really good mates.
They do.
Too. Yeah, I agree with that. Now, big double header too, mate. The Tribe double header.
Yeah, this weekend.
Wow.
Saturday's game.
Hope it doesn't rain this weekend then, with a double header, big game.
Here we go. Unbelievable, isn't it? He's still waiting.
Still waiting. 2 years.
I'm going to call him. Got a new nickname for him.
What's that?
Thunderclap.
Thunder what?
Thunderclap.
Sorry, my mistake. I didn't quite hear the last word.
I tell you what, if it doesn't rain this weekend, it's never going to rain, is it?
Good old Thunderclap.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
L and not the R.
Yeah, exactly. Big double header with Noarlunga taking on Christie's Beach at home. You probably fancy the shoes in that one. And of course, Sunday, the big local derby down our way between Morpeth Vale and ADA's favourite man, Billy.
Yep, Billy.
Billy's Ranella taking on the Emus at home at Emu Park.
What do you think of that one?
Look, I think probably Morpeth Vale currently sitting top of the table at the moment. Ranella finding their feet a little bit with the retirements of some of the senior players, but blooding a lot of new kids, and the kids that they've got going to be special in years to come.
All right, let's get through the other games then, and we'll come back. There's a couple of things I want to ask you. Aldinga up against Marion at Aldinga.
Aldinga should win that one at home. So again, that'll.
What sort of margin do you think, Craig? I want to hold you to this margin, because you're a.
I don't know.
You're an expert.
No, I'm not.
No, it's going to be close.
Never been an expert.
It's going to be close. OSB Lonsdale v Cove at OSB Lonsdale.
OSB are on the improve. Cove have, since the association weekend, where they've had a couple of players played in that association game. Mick Galley is one of them. He's on fire at the moment, Mick, and leading the first ruck, and they should win that one.
All right, Port Noarlunga, Flagstaff Hill at Port Noarlunga.
This will be a lot closer. They're like the old snake pit down there at Port Noarlunga. The old Cockle Divers are pretty hard to beat there, but Flaggies, after their good win last week against Christie's, should get the chocolates.
All right, we're about mid-year, so I thought rather than go through last weekend's results, we go through the clubs on where they are on the ladder, and not so much where they're placed, but how they're developing as clubs. So let's start with Morphett Vale. They sit at number 1. How do you think their year has been, and how do you think their club's developed?
Oh, look, I think Morphett Vale have always been a powerhouse in our league for a long, long time. They've got really good structure from juniors all the way through. They're going to be there or thereabouts come the crunch time of the year. They've developed a lot of young kids through their system, which is good. Flagstaff Hill, who are sitting second at the moment, again, got those bigger, stronger bodies, whereas some of our lesser light clubs are blooding the kids. And of course, as you know, you've got to have that 30, 40 games experience in these kids to get any sort of consistency going forward. So look, I think those two, along with your Norlunga, I reckon it's out of those three that will take the flag out.
Okay. And just behind them is Cove in 4th spot. How are they travelling?
They're going to be exciting, Cove. I've got a lot of time for them. They've got their structure right off field. They've now got had half a season for the new imports that they got at the start of the year to find their feet. The last couple of weeks that they've played has been terrific. So they could be the
smoky.
The smoky out of the top 4.
All right, Christie's Beach, Port Noarlunga, how are they going?
Look, again, they're starting from a little bit behind the others, the top 4, but their seasons so far have been encouraging. Again, building through the use of local players rather than going out to try and find big names, etc., etc. They are continuing to force these kids into so they get that experience over the next couple of years.
We're starting to go towards the bottom now, Ranella and Happy Valley.
Yeah, interesting. They played off last week, and Happy Valley got over Ranella.
Even though they sit just below them.
A terrific game of footy.
Yeah, okay.
So again, both sides really concentrating on their junior development, but don't be surprised. Like I say, Ranella, when they play Morphett Vale, it's like the old Port Norwood games.
Yeah, always close.
Always close. And if they happen to snag this one against Morphett Vale, again opens it right up in the top part of the final series.
All right, Aldinga, OSB Lonsdale and Marion. They're in the developments phase.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Marion will win this week.
Aldinga,
I'm telling you right now, he's you know I don't often tip. Aldinga and Marion and Aldinga this week. Marion will beat Aldinga. You've heard it.
first here.
You've heard it. I'm telling you right now.
From Thunder.
From Thunder. I'm telling you right now. So that won't get them off the bottom, but it'll give them a bit of confidence.
It is. And look, we all know the plight there. Same at O'Sullivan's Beach. Yeah. They've got to rebuild, and they've got to do it from base level, so to speak. They're good to see that the Marion Juniors that are currently in the SANFL will come back to the club next season. OSB Juniors look like they might play finals. The Aldinga Juniors that they're working through, again, have a really good position and will play finals football at the junior level. So it's
okay.
Mate, the cameraman's going like this. He's having an absolute heart attack, so we have to wind it up, mate. So
really,
we'll have to get you back next week. It's going to be a big weekend of footy in the Southern Footy League. Well done to the three fellas from Southern Footy, the great Southern Footy League. Good luck in that game in a couple of weeks' time in WA against the country team there. Stay with us. Still plenty to come on the show.